Hello everyone. So today is my long-awaited part 1 on my home-built computer. This is a portable one that I wanted to get built. So, first reason. Why? Well, I was looking around for a decent laptop, but most of them are very expensive and very hard to repair. Now, I've gotten a bit tired of trying to buy devices that don't have proper repairability in mind. Now, there are a couple computers that do take repairability into mind, but they're super expensive and don't really have anything better than most standard laptops. So it's kind of, like I wouldn't pay more for for the exact same CPU that's on another device. So I decided to make my own computer. What did I use? Well, let's start off. For the main processor and other such things is the Raspberry Pi Model B with 8 gigs of RAM. Now this little board is not super commonly easy to find all the time, but occasionally one shows up. I got mine quite a while ago and it's just been, well, doing nothing. This one I got got 8 gigs as I said before, and I decided I wanted a touchscreen on my laptop because might as well. So I looked around for a touchscreen and found one. I was originally going to use my laptop screen from my old laptop, but the special driver board did not work with that. Why? Well, whenever I plugged it in, it would just flicker on and off and then shut off the screen. Don't know why, and honestly I could not really be bothered going any further. It's just a whole lot of nonsense and drivers that I do not want to have to do in command line. Anyways, I had started looking around for different monitors and found the original Pi 4 screen works perfectly fine. It's not as big as the screen I wanted to use, but it will do. I wanted some other things. A keyboard. The keyboard that I went with is actually a stainless steel keyboard. This sucker is probably the heaviest keyboard you probably have ever seen for its size. It's made out of industrial grade stainless steel with backlit keys. I am pretty impressed with how this thing works, and it's incredibly sturdy. Now, I obviously need to get a mouse. I've been waiting for this part and it has been taking a long time to arrive. If it does. And if it doesn't, well, I'm going to have to send an invoice to the company and go, hey, where is that mouse that I ordered? Anyways, this is a trackball mouse. They're different from standard ones as they use a ball that you roll in place instead of moving the mouse around on a surface. They're kind of like the equivalent of the touchpad mouses, but I think they're more better. Why? Well, I think they're more nicer to use and are a little bit more interesting. I wanted to make something that was more me focused in terms of a device. And yeah, those are mainly the main peripherals. The rest of the hardware I'm still haven't ordered yet. This is kind of part 1 anyways. So how did I mount the display and the Pi inside the case? Well, first I took a 3D printed file that was available on printables and modified it so it had 4 bolt holes in the back of it. This allows me to, of course, connect it to the actual case in the inside using a few bolts. I was going to use 4, but I ended up just sticking 3 in because I couldn't find a 4th. Oh well, it's sturdy, it ain't going nowhere. What else? Well, I do think I need to cut some plexiglass once I've gotten the actual parts. Oh, also, the power supply. That is a power bank. This is just a run-of-the-mill 20,000 milliamp hour power bank made by whatever brand this is. I don't have any affiliation with them. They put out enough power to run the Raspberry Pi Model 3, and the Raspberry Pi Model 3B requires 5 volts at 3 amps. Now, my problem with this is the Raspberry Pi and most versions of them don't have power delivery at all. I don't know why they didn't think not to put in some kind of a power delivery system into these boards. It would have made these things so much more easier to use, especially with powering them from a power bank, because most power banks can deliver this if they've got the power delivery standard set on them. You can look at the back of some power banks and they actually do have a power standard. As of that, that's about it really. Anyways, that I need. The mouse is the only part that I'm waiting on before I cut the material. Now the trackball and keyboard will fit into this piece of plexiglass that I have. I actually got this stuff from the dump of all places. So no waste there when it comes to materials. I've got quite a few to my disposal. We'll try and use the plexiglass, and if that does just keep breaking, I've got 2 pieces of it available. I might just go with either a piece of thin plywood or maybe some stainless steel or something I can easily drill through without cracking. Anyways, I think that's about all of part 1. I'm going to do some videos in between then, and once I've got all the parts for the second project lined up, I might make another computer. But that's part 1.